Welcome back to the DNX Show, and today we're going to be doing all of our predictions for the Millville National. All right, so Doc, what is your bold prediction for the 250 class?
All right, so when we were at Redbud, Hayden Deegan fell apart. Okay, now I do think it was injury related. Obviously, his leg wasn't feeling good. I don't think we need to read into it. I don't think we need to pay any attention to it. So much so, my bold prediction is that Hayden comes out absolutely swinging and puts 15 to 20 seconds on everybody, both motos. Okay, you see how many TikToks this dude's been making?
Dude, I was going to say, you see that?
But he is feeling himself. He's also got way too much time on his hands right now. I think that's really what's going on is he's probably resting a lot, that leg. And so he's just looking at social media, which is like the worst thing you can do. And it's just yapping. But he's resting, and I think he's going to come back and just like prove a point that I'm still the guy.
For my 250 bold prediction, I have 3 different race leaders. Okay, I was going back and looking at every single race so far, and the last time we had 3 different race leaders was at Hangtown when Casey Cochran, Chance Hymas, and then Hayden Deegan in Moto 1. That was the last time we had it. I think at Millville, we have a real possibility with Joe, Tom Vial, Levi. All 3 of those guys are on fire right now. Then you got Deegan, obviously, right? I can see a Deegan like halfway through the moto taking over the lead if the other guys get a good start. You know, like at one point, Joe was leading. Redbud, Tom Vial got into it. I thought maybe Levi Kitchen could have played a factor at Moto 2. So I think that's very, very possible.
Yeah, I think that's possible too. I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, I mean, no, Daddy Deegs is whole shot.
It's very specific, to be honest, but I don't know if Deegan can go perfect this weekend. Like he's still recovering from that injury, man.
He can.
Just saying. Okay, for 450s, what is your bold prediction?
Okay, this is going to be a little bit out of left field here. Okay, this person has been ultra mid and has been starting to get some traction here. Okay, and is no longer mid. He did great at Southwick and then backed it up, in my opinion, at Redbud. And that's Jorge Prado, okay? But this time at Millville, he's going to get a podium in a moto. They're making strides. He looked great at Redbud. I thought it was maybe it's just a sand thing, but it wasn't. I think he's looking good, and I think whether he's saying the bike's great or not, there's confidence building, and I think he's going to get a podium in a moto. He's going to rip a start, get a podium.
I believe that's 100% possible. He was talking in an interview after Redbud, and he said that Chad has been helping him a lot, and they made great strides on that motorcycle this past week. So I think that's actually very, very possible. I'm excited to see what Jorge can do. I
do love Chad Reed very much.
For my 450 bold prediction, I have Chase Sexton leading 5 or more laps in one of the motos. All right. He's known to not be a great starter. Okay. He's horrible at starts outdoors. Let's be honest here. Can he lead for 5+ laps and hopefully Jet has a horrible start? Like, there's a lot that goes into this, right? You know, Jet has to have a bad start. Chase has to have a great start. You know, because let's be honest here. Is anybody beating Jet? I think Chase can eventually, but I don't think second weekend. I don't know about that. Get to
the predictions here at the end. I'll tell you who's beating Jet.
All right, and it better not be Tomac because we saw what happened at Redbud. So, but yeah, Chase Sexton will lead 5 or more laps at Spring Creek. Guarantee it, stamp it, mark it down. It's happening. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be his good luck charm. So it's gonna happen. The next category that we have is actually something a little bit different this week, and it is who's going to be leading the first lap.
I got a good one for you. What class are we doing 450s?
450s.
We're going to go Justin JB51 Bam Bam Barsha.
That's crazy.
No, listen. All right. He's going to rip a start. He's feeling good. You know, he's going to just do Bam Bam things, lead a lap, and then get 9th.
You might get 2 points for if JB does that, bro. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm going all in here.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. This guy, though, will definitely do this, and that is Jorge Prado. Okay, he did it at Redbud, all right? I think he could do it again. You're talking about him getting a podium in a moto. He gets a whole shot. He can definitely lead the first lap if Jet's not right next to him, and that's who I have. I think Prado is going to do. And I actually think Prado is going to do extremely well. Like you said, I don't know about a podium in a moto, but I think he's going to do extremely well. But what about the 250 class?
Just to mix things up here and kind of lean into your potential multiple race leaders, we're going to go Joe Shimoda. Okay. I think Joe's going to get a great start, lead a lap, then get past.
I'm going to go with the guy that has the momentum. All right. And that is Jalik Swole. All right. He pulled whole shot. He led for 5 or 6 laps at Redbud's second moto. And I think he's going to one-up that at Spring Creek. And he's going to lead the first lap. He might lead half of the moto in one of the motos at Spring Creek. I think that would be sick. I think he gets possibly even another podium. Okay. I could definitely see that happening. So, but mark it down, stamp it, whatever you guys want to do. Come back to this afterwards because I'm going to be riding Doc's not. All right, that's all I got to say. So, all right, so moving on to our head-to-head matchups, and this is brought to you by Next Bets, where you guys can play actually all of these 450 matchups. All you guys have to do is go to the link in the description below, nextbets.com/playdnx to play. And for this week, we're going to start in the 250 class, and we have Max Volan versus Nate Thrasher. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Doug. I don't think I've seen Nate Thrasher on TV at like once in the past like 5 races. So with that being said, I got Max Volan. He was in like top 6 at Redbud at one point. I think Max gets it done with that handbrake.
So I literally thought the exact same thing when I saw this. Was like, okay, if you told me Nate wasn't racing, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. However, because of that, because I want to watch him, I'm actually going to go Nate Thrasher, and because now I'll pay attention to him, you know? So, yeah, we're going to go Nate.
He needs a great start, and he needs not to fade. That's all I can say. He's been like 11th through 16th, it feels like, every moto.
We need some like weird Nate Thrasher at Charlotte Supercross. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Atlanta Nate Thrasher.
Yeah, yeah. Just like a weird
out there.
All of a sudden, we're winning.
Yeah.
Randomly.
I don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, for the 450 matchup, we have your guy, Justin JB Barsha, all right? And then we got Malcolm Stewart. For me personally, Barsha's actually been better than him coming back the last 2 weeks. But with that being said, I got Malcolm Stewart winning this matchup. I think Malcolm has a bounce-back weekend. I think he gets like 7th place overall. He got 8th place last week. And I personally believe that Malcolm is going to get it done.
Okay. No, I have Justin. Obviously, Justin's going to get a great start in at least one of the motos. And yeah, I think he's doing good. His momentum's building. You see that? Went up. Yeah, I think he's doing great. So that's my pick.
It's actually kind of crazy to say that JB coming back from that knee injury has beaten Malcolm. I know Malcolm kind of got hurt at High Point with that uppercut, Mike Tyson. But Justin Barsha going 8-9 just straight up, beating these guys? It's crazy.
Justin kind of reminds me of like Anderson, not this year Anderson, but like they're both really underrated outdoors in my opinion. Like especially remember Justin on the Yam? He was like kind of an issue on that thing. I think Justin's really good. I have a feeling if they ever like if he goes to Ducati and Ducati's good, like I think Justin could be like a top 5 guy.
That'd be kind of gnarly. I think
because that gas
that's tough.
I don't know, dude. Like, is the gas good? I mean, I guess it's just KTM. The KTM's are really good outdoors, but like, I don't know.
But yeah, Bam Bam's not winning this matchup this week, and Malcolm is. Okay, so now going into our placements, and this week we're going with 4th place, and I am going to stay in the 450 class because my 250 is a little wild. Okay, but for my 4th place in the 450s, I have Jorge Prado. Now, as you mentioned, you like him to get a podium. I could definitely see him being in that fight for 4-5, 3-4-5. I think it's going to be so hard to beat Jet, Chase, Hunter right now, especially those 3. You add a little Tomac in there, so like those 4, it's going to be tough to beat those. Jay Coop's riding fantastic. Like it's going to be tough to beat these guys, right? So I think it's a little bold to put Prado in 4th place. I don't even know if he's finished 4th place this year.
So when we're going into our placements here, Josh let me know at the beginning of this that we're halfway through the season. On our predictions, I have got 17, right? Is that what you said?
Yep, 17.
And you've done 23?
24. I'm up 24. 7,
okay,
baby.
So, chat, he's 7 up for me. So we're gonna reel it in a little bit here, and we're gonna start making accurate predictions. Okay, we're gonna calm down a little. That's why for fourth place, I'm gonna go Jay Coop. Okay, I think Jay Coop is a very solid fourth place. I had Prado there, and then I've been using this brain, a little homeschool brain, thinking, analyzing. We're gonna go Jay Coop. I think Jay Coop is there. We're making points up this week. Okay.
Yeah, I think Jay Coop's the fourth best guy, honestly. And there's just been news that broke earlier today that Cooper Webb is going to be missing the rest of the Pro Motocross Series due to a knee injury, and Jay Coop's going to be taking over those points for the SMX playoffs. So another great finish by Jay Coop. He's going to be in the lead, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, it's going to be Prado. It's going to be Prado this week. All right. For 250s, for me, it's going to be Tom Vial. I think Tom is going to have another solid performance. Last week, we saw what happened in Moto 1. He went from first to third. I think that might happen again now with Hayden actually going to be not hurting as much, right? And I think Hayden's going to be in that mix for top 3. I think Tommy V is the fourth best guy right now between Deegan, Levi, Joe, Tom Vial, right? Those are the 4 guys. Dude, shit, you even throw Jalik in there right now. Like, he might be the 5th best guy, low-key. So
Jalik's in there, brother.
So I think personally, Tom Vial will get a 4th this weekend at Spring Creek.
I like that, actually. I like that a lot. However, it's going to be Joe. I know that's a crazy take after Joe went 1-1. I need him to back it up. If Joe goes 2-2, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I said this at the beginning of the year, right? Like, Joe went 2-2 at Paula, and then I'm like, okay, well, if he backs up, then he backed up, then he went like 8-12, 9-13 or something. So I don't
Middle of the season slump, all right? That doesn't matter.
Okay, but we're gonna go. He doesn't quite have the same slump, but he slouches a little bit. He's gonna be like my posture, where it's just a little bit tilted. Okay, we're gonna go back to 4th.
Yeah, there's no way that Joe gets 4th, man.
I hope not. I love Joe. I hope not. I just 2-2-2, 8, 9, 12, 15, or whatever it was. We can't be doing that. So it's a little happy medium.
All right, so now going into our podium. So let's talk about the 450 class. And Doc, who's going to be on your podium?
All right, listen. Now, I said earlier that I'm trying to make points up. However, I have to stay true to what I think is accurate, whether chat, you're cooked. Okay. Now, he did not ideal. Some might say terrible at Redbud, but I think it was an off week. I'm going to go AP for 3rd. Okay. I don't think it's far-fetched. I think he's the only one that's really actually been able to give it to Jet. If we're being honest with ourselves, okay, it's true. He's the only one that's been able to like hang with Jet and get around Jet. Facts, okay? Ship it. Facts. I don't know how he's feeling. That's my only worry, right? Like, I'm not worried in his ability. Chat, I know you guys are like anti-AP Glazers, and that pisses me off. But I don't know how he's feeling. That's my only hesitancy here. So AP 3rd. Now, I'm gonna have Jet in 2nd. I'm gonna say Jet gets beat. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Doc, he's gonna go Tomac, and I actually had Tomac, but I've thought about it a little bit more. I actually think Sexton's gonna get it done this week. As an avid non-Sexton Glazer, he looked really, really good. And I think if he improves on that, like, he's got them race jitters out of the way, has a good week, good week on the bike, come back. His speed looked insane. Jet did look like he was another planet. And if Jet goes 1-1, nobody will be surprised. But I think if anyone can beat Jet, it's Sexton right now.
That means that you have Hunter Lawrence 5th or
5th,
worse?
and that means I have Tomac out of the top 5 and Hunter 5th.
That's crazy work. Hunter's 3rd best guy. Hunter's 2nd best guy, maybe. Low-key.
Hunter is really good right now. Yeah, Hunter.
Damn,
I would say Hunter's the 2nd best guy right now.
All right, so for my podium, I have Hunter Lawrence in 3rd. All right, this guy is a freaking dog out there. All he does is get podiums, bro. Like, I don't even know if he's been off the box in his 450 career, dude. I don't think he has, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Wait, wasn't he off the box earlier this year?
I don't know, dude. Who cares about that? Okay, Hunter in 3rd.
Wasn't it
all right.
This year though.
For 2nd place, I want to go towards what you have, but I'm actually realistic here, all right? And that's going to be Chase Sexton, okay? I do have him leading some laps, right? I said that for my bold, but like, how can you deny Jet is going to not win that? Like, let's be real, dude.
I know. I'm trying to have fun.
You just said I want to be realistic. I got to make up some points, and then you put Jet second.
But you have to understand that there's a little bit of strategy here, okay? It's not just, we're not going to go, we have to be fun and realistic, right? And I wanted to be really fun and put Tomac winning, but like,
yeah, that ain't happening.
I'm depressed after this first half of the season. So, I mean, I got to go to somebody else. And the only other person right now, honestly, would be Hunter or Sexton.
I actually thought you were going to put Hunter in first because I wouldn't mind that. Honestly, it would be his first ever outdoor win. But like, I would love to see Chase win. Like,
I'm putting so much faith in the front end of that KTM.
Dude, like, I would love that, but I think Jet just gets it done once again. Maybe we have a battle towards the end, which I would love to see, like a little throwback battle between like 23 and 22, like those type of battles. That'd be sick, but yeah, I just don't see anybody being Jet.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand.
Okay, so now going into our 250s, I'm going to go with mine because mine's a little crazy right here. I want to get it off my chest, okay? My whole basis for this podium here is Deegan is still hurt. All right, that knee injury looked like it was bothersome to him, okay? And I'm not saying that he can't win, right? He most likely is going to dominate. As you mentioned, he's going to win by 15, 20. But taking into account that knee injury, maybe it swells up during the week. Maybe it swells up on the Saturday, right? Heard there's going to be some like rain, so maybe that plays a factor. I have Deegan going third, which I think is still respectable. I think a podium, salvaging points, I think that would be huge. But I'm just taking into account that injury, all right? For second place, I have Joe. I thought Joe showed so much at Redbud that he is going to be 1 or 2 the next few rounds until we see something different. And then for number 1, I got Levi Kitchen. All right. We saw what Levi did in Moto 1. 13th, 2 crashes back to second. That Moto 2, he should have won if he doesn't do a brain fart and go outside of the berm and spin out, right? Should have won that Moto. So with that being said, I think Levi gets redemption and he wins at Spring Creek. Kind of bold. I know it's most likely going to be Deegan, but I got Levi.
No, I like that a lot. For my 250 podium here, you brought him up earlier and said he might be a 5th place guy. Not this weekend, brother. Jalik Swoll is going to get on the podium back to back. Okay. His momentum's crazy right now. I think he's super slept on outdoors. His fitness is actually crazy. Coming off the couch, being able to hang is wild to me. So we're going to go Jalik P3. To your point of Kitchen absolutely ripping at Redbud, totally agree. He's going to get a nice, solid 2nd place. And then Daddy Deegs is just going to put it to him.
I do agree that Deegan's probably going to win. But not this weekend. It's going to be Levi. He wants that redemption. He wants that first win of the year, right? And
I mean,
mine's probably not
good here, bro. Remember last year when he had to like curb stomp his exhaust and he still dogged on everybody?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. So maybe Levi gets it. So
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But with that being said, put your guys' bold prediction and your guys' podium in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit the like and sub button. Know everything moto tomorrow. I'm going to be at Spring Creek. I'm going to try my best to get press day. I'm not quite sure there's going to be press day because it's supposedly going to be raining. So I'll keep you guys updated on Instagram. With that, if we are able to get some press day footage, I'll definitely post that on the channel. And then Saturday, my plan is to post just like raw race footage on the channel instead of live reactions. So just be on the lookout for all of that. We appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys have been showing on the channel. And we'll be back with raw reactions this weekend. So that being said, much love, guys. Stay safe. We're out. Peace.